Wondering where Ripple is headed to in 2022? How high will Ripple go? Will it touch the two-digit value price anytime soon? Maybe, or maybe not. Well, whatsoever it may be, let's find that out today in this video. Make sure to enable all your notifications to our channel to keep up with all the hottest secrets in the world of XRP. And watch till the end to find out how to double the money. But before we get into the video, remember that this video is only made for infotaining purposes and shouldn't be taken for financial or any other sort of investment advice. Besides, we all know that the crypto market is highly volatile, and by the time you watch this video later than the time of its upload, the prices mentioned might have changed into a whole new range. So, surely do your own timely, wide-spectrum research and consult a certified finance guru as well before making any investment-related decisions. Acceptance and awareness of the opportunity to bring millions of people into the global financial community has never been so clear. It's been incredible to see a lot less maximalism and many more builders joining the industry, Ripple's chief executive Brad Garlinghouse tweeted. Garlinghouse raised the rhetoric level about the legal case filed against his company by U.S. regulators, claiming it was an attack on crypto in the U.S., not just on Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse said in an interview with CNBC on 23 November that the case is making good progress. He expects that it could reach a conclusion next year. The lawsuit has had an impact on XRP trading in the U.S., but the cryptocurrency remains active on international markets. Well, call it a blessing in disguise, since it is probable that the result of SEC versus Ripple case is expected to drive the crypto's price in 2022. When Ripple's price fell from an all-time high of $3.31 US to sustain at a $1 US level, people thought that was the end of the digital token.
It is the end.
However, XRP managed to stay afloat throughout 2021. Predictions suggest that the XRP versus SEC case could be an icebreaker in 2022, which will eventually drive the cryptocurrency's value towards new highs in the coming year. Ripple XRP is one of the world's foremost cryptos, and one of the most intriguing. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other big names, it does not market itself with its decentralization. Instead, the crypto is closely associated with several banks, investment companies, and organizations worldwide. This may seem counterproductive when many traders believe that the biggest trading point of cryptocurrencies is their freedom of influence from outside companies. However, crypto experts are increasingly arguing that it could be the key to Ripple's success. At the end of 2020, the company faced an SEC lawsuit that put the Ripple future under threat. At the beginning of 2021, Ripple was going through difficult times. However, upon reaching some highs in April and then in August, it gave hope to investors and provided traders with the opportunity to speculate on the ups and downs of the XRP price. Despite the SEC lawsuit, which began in 2020, the company has remained afloat and is planning to launch a marketplace for financial firms so that they offer their clients an option to buy and sell the cryptocurrencies. How has the price of Ripple changed over time? It's wrong to check XRP price predictions without looking back at recent and not-so-recent events. The SEC situation made that even more precise. The Ripple price, as of 30th December, is 82.81 cents. 2019 was quite stable for Ripple, with no dramatic ups and downs. As the Ripple network is very active in Southeast Asia, news on cross-border payments and state cryptocurrencies in this region significantly impacts its price.
How significant?
For instance, the XRP's rate moved up after Japan and South Korea started working on time and cost reduction for transferring international funds between the two countries. By the end of 2019, the downtrend strengthened. Unlike other crypto assets, which started an upward movement in late 2020, XRP's price spiked by the middle of 2021 and later, after one more plunge, reached a good price in August. Noteworthy progress despite headwinds. Although 2021 might feel like lawsuits and bureaucracy for Ripple, the distributed ledger company has made some notable achievements, not just in its sales, but also in partnerships. The net sales for the 3 quarters of 2021 increased by roughly 450%, from $146.41 million to $806 million. The most significant development in Q1 2021 included Ripple's 40% acquisition of Asia's leading cross-border payment specialist, Tranglo. The strategic investment was designed to expand the reach of ODL to the APAC region. In Q2 2021, the European ODL transactions grew by 250%, providing an idea of the regulatory landscape in this region. To further improve remittances in European countries, Ripple appointed Sendi Young as managing director of Europe. The company also announced its foray into the NFT space via its investment in Mintable. Lastly, Q3 2021 witnessed a major boost in the use of XRP for cross-border payments as a result of legacy customers like SBI Remit switching from RippleNet to ODL solutions. ODL volumes increased 130% quarter-over-quarter. On the NFT front, the US-based company announced the development of a $250 million creator fund to support creators, brands, and marketplaces to explore new use cases for non-fungible tokens on the XRP ledger. When will Ripple go up? There is potential for the XRP price to rise if the court rules in its favor in the SEC lawsuit.
That's good news.
However, if the SEC is successful, the price could drop. It's also important to keep in mind that there's a plethora of other factors that could affect the XRP performance, such as Ripple's partnerships, the XRP adoption rate, and broader crypto market sentiment. Perfect concoction for 2022. With the growing bullish momentum across the cryptocurrency industry, XRP price could breach its previous all-time high in 2022. Still, everything would depend on the outcome of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Coming on top could serve as a tailwind for the bullish argument and propel XRP beyond the $3.31 all-time high toward the double-digit territory. Looking at the recent trend, XRP seems to be forming a cup and handle in the chart, and that is expected to pump up its value in the coming days and drive value in 2022. According to experts, this cup trend has the potential to even put Ripple's price at $34. Eventually, Ripple will enter the two-digit territory by gaining prominence in European and Middle Eastern countries. Some of the other factors driving Ripple's price are listed as follows. 1. Ripple's underlying technology can support large transactions around the globe at relatively lower fees. 2. Famous crypto exchanges like Gemini, Binance, and Coinbase are allowing XRP trading in their platform. 3. Its underlying well-developed commercial venture helps manage an outstanding relationship with new and old investors. Well, with that, we have come to the end of this video. Now, what do you think? Do you think a two-digit value seems feasible for XRP? Let us know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, and to always stay updated, make sure to turn the notifications on. See y'all in the next video with another latest XRP news.